All right, welcome back to the deep dive. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
You're watching a live football game right now. You see that perfectly crisp, uncompressed 4K shot from a camera way down on the sideline.
Mm.
And you know it's being cut live in a production truck that might be miles away. How does that signal even get there without glitching?
Well, that's the whole problem, isn't it? It's a real technical nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, we just see the final image and we assume it just works.
Right. But if you've ever tried running a high bandwidth video cable more than, say, a few hundred feet.
Oh, it just falls apart. The signal completely disintegrates. You get nothing.
Exactly. So that's what we're digging into today, the actual hardware that solves that distance gap. We have this specific kit from Thor Broadcast.
Yeah, and it has one of those wonderfully technical names.
Oh, it does. It's the, let me see if I get this right, the F-12G-SDI-B-TX RX kit.
A bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, let's just, for our sanity, talk about what it does.
Fair enough. So at its core, this is a bidirectional transmitter and receiver kit. It takes these really heavy-duty video signals. We're talking all the way up to 12G SDI.
And that's the key word there, right? 12G SDI. That's your uncompressed 4K at 60 frames a second.
That's the one. A massive amount of data.
Yeah.
And this kit just shoots it over a single strand of optical fiber.
Okay, but the distance is the really wild part. It says here, 10 kilometers.
10 kilometers, yep. That's about 6 miles.
6 miles with zero latency and no compression at all.
None. That's the magic of it. And that's why it's so critical for high-end production. You know, it supports full 4.4.4 color space.
Which means you're not throwing away any color information. The image that arrives at the truck is identical to the one that left the camera.
Mathematically identical, yeah.
Okay, but let's get into the weeds for a second. How does it keep that signal so stable over 6 miles? I'm looking at the specs, and it keeps highlighting clock recovery.
Yes. That sounds like jargon, I know, but it is absolutely critical.
It's not just marketing speak.
Not at all. Think of a digital signal as like a really fast, steady drum beat.
Okay.
Over that long of a distance, even on fiber, that beat can get a little bit irregular, a little wobbly. We call that jitter.
And if the jitter gets too bad, the equipment on the other end can't read the signal.
Exactly. You get glitches, you get black screens. It fails. So the clock recovery is, well, it's essentially a built-in metronome.
A metronome. I like that analogy.
It's in both the transmitter and the receiver. It takes that incoming wobbly signal, it strips out all the high-frequency jitter, and then it just regenerates the data with a fresh, perfectly timed clock.
So the signal integrity at kilometer 10 is as solid as it was at meter 1.
Precisely. And since it's bidirectional, you can send control signals back to the camera or audio.
Yeah.
It supports M80, which is huge for audio engineers.
So it plays well with all the other gear. Speaking of gear, let's talk about the physical unit itself, because a broadcast environment usually means mud.
It often does, yeah. Well, the industry term for this kind of box is actually a throwdown unit.
Which implies exactly what it sounds like.
Pretty much. It's built to be tough, with aluminum alloy and iron, but it only weighs about 243 grams. It's tiny. You can toss it in a bag or zip tie it to a tripod.
And power? If I'm 6 miles out in a field, I don't want to be hunting for a generator.
This might be the best part. It consumes less than 1.5 watts.
1.5 watts. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing. That is less than a nightlight.
And it has a super wide input voltage range, from 5 to 36 volts DC, so you can just plug it into the V-mount battery you're already using for your camera.
That's just incredibly efficient. And it's all plug and play, I assume.
Totally. No drivers. It even comes with the SFP optical module. You plug in the fiber, you lock the power connector so it doesn't get yanked out, and you're live.
It's really fascinating how much power and capability is shrinking down into these little metal boxes. It really changes the entire logic of a shoot.
It connects the whole workflow. You can move uncompressed, 8K-ready video across a city with a device that runs on a fraction of a battery.
And that kind of leaves you with a wild thought to end on.
Yeah.
I mean, if distance and power are effectively no longer barriers, if we can effortlessly throw pristine 8K video across a city with something that uses less power than a nightlight,
Right.
What really stops any spot on the map from becoming a live broadcast studio?
That's a great question. The constraints are just melting away.
Something to chew on. Thanks for listening.